girls don't be. If you didn't know, maybe better than us. One hand on his queen, left on the freak. He probably thought they wanted me. Shawty seen everything, and you know she got him beat. Cause her side ain't in the streets. She ain't the one to play with you. Her DMs, they be sliding like bass hitters. Them other fellas, they be seeing her work. You say you want an angel, then give her heaven on earth. I respect your relationship. I don't care if you don't. But I think girls better than men. And I won't tell if you don't. A dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Oh, a dog gon' be a dog, but a gon' be more clever. Yeah. She in Vegas, and Summer Lee with ballers, she flagrant. Once a good girl is gone, she gone.
Our coverage of the NFL has brought us to one of the league's most recognizable homes, Lucas Oil Stadium, opened in 2008 here in Indianapolis. Today, our draw features two from the AFC, between the Baltimore Ravens and the Indianapolis Colts. Is out and about ready to send this one away. And here we go from Indy. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Go! Gravity Lion, Panther 60, Panther 60. Let go.
Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. Lamar starts long game. Couple yards on the first play. Here comes second down.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Going to lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on second.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Looking in the air here. That's brought in. It's his back, Jonathan Taylor. And just gets back to the line of scrimmage.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throw here, 3rd down. Defender runs right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So they couldn't throw for it on 3rd down, and as a result, they're headed off the field earlier than expected on their opening series.
Keeping them off the scoreboard, well, that's already a win defensively. Not letting them even cross midfield, that's the cherry on top.
And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. Dive play straight ahead. And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
That's the kind of yardage that's not going to kill this drive on the first play. It does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on second down. They go play fake with Jackson. That's complete to the rookie out of Alabama. And they drop him with a big hit, but that's going to sting worse for the defense. A big gain, and the chain's moving too. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he's going to be stopped after about a 3-yard pickup on first down.
Hey, that's a run that's hard home on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's Lamar. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to get this up close to the 40 before going out. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Move the chains! You gotta move them chains! Build momentum. Keep that defense on its heels.
So fresh set of downs now from the 39. They'll run here on first down. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Four yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Jackson off the play action. Headed out right. Connects on the crosser. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. And that right there is about the best you can hope for against double coverage. Good chunky yards, and more importantly, Brock, you don't get burned taking a risk.
Yeah, it's really the defense that gets burned, and that is just demoralizing. You got double coverage, you got what you want, and 2 guys can't stop one.
He takes it down to the 33. It's a gain of 11 there, and that picks up the first.
You want to drain some of the excitement, some of the noise from a home stadium? It's exactly how you do it when you go on the road. Run it right down their throat from the jump.
Great opening drive continues. 1st and 10 at the 33. Back-to-back carries here. Breaks through and breaks away. And this is going to go for about an 8-yard pickup as he takes him inside the 30-yard line.
Every offense in this league is looking for a back who can be an athlete and a bruiser at the same time. You feel lucky if you got one. Someone who can, well, eat up space when the lanes are open and deliver a little punishment to stretch plays when that tackler tries to meet him in the hole.
Looking to throw, Jackson. Near the goal line. And the stop is made 3 yards from the end zone. It's going to be 1st and goal.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Oh, surprise gift to the receiver near the goal line. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Gosh, I just love seeing readers like that added to your offense in these key situations. Kind of called the Andy Reid effect. He's been so good down here near the goal line. And that one, well, it almost went in for 6.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. We're a quarter of the way through on this chilly winter afternoon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Lucas Oil Stadium after this. Welcome back. 2nd quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. They'll try and punch it in. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the 2nd. right, so we're already into the second quarter, Brock, but that was just their opening drive of this football game. Fortunately, they did get a touchdown out of it.
Yep, and if opportunities with the ball are going to be as infrequent as they've been to start this game, you got to make each and one of those chances count. In that area, they are perfect 1-for-1.
That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Something lost and never seen. Every time I start to believe, something taken from me.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set 1st and 10. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. He brushed him off with ease. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. Big gain, 14 on the play. That is good for an Indianapolis first down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Ready? Go!
And going play action. Throw left side, complete. And he's going to be driven out of bounds. The gain gets this down inside the 35. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Hey, check that. Street. Ready?
Back to pass on 1st and 10. Forces that one, and it's intercepted. And the Ravens take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, great team defense here. Somebody hit him in there, caused that pass to float on him a bit, and it gave the linebacker time to race in and make the interception.
And you know what team stands for, right? T-E-A-M. Together, everyone achieves more. It took all of them together. Took that rush to impact the quarterback. It took that linebacker to deliver on the other end a critical takeaway.
Setting him on the dive. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run. Offense up to the line fast.
No gain on the play.
Lamar off the play fake.
At the 25-yard line.
Complete out to the right. And he will finally catch up to him just a second before he can reach that 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
He's got it over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
2nd and 3 now. Give now to the running back. Oh, man, nothing for him again, Brock. It has been a struggle all game as this one's quickly mopped up, too.
Well, that's just about textbook defense and how to shut down an RPO. The coverage was tight, the numbers were up, and then the bodies were there to stuff that run before it could get going.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
That's right. Come on. Hey. Return it.
Lamar now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And that short field pass, Brock, is held to the short field. It's going to be 4th and short.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line. You feel good about it. going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
So on fourth down, it's Ryan Wright out to punt it away. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that one comes down to the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Offense into the shotgun set as they line this up. 1st and 10.
Come on, set.
Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Going with the screen to Taylor. And he maybe got back to the line there, but no further.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
Crack all 80.
2nd and 10, back to throw. Dumps this underneath to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped after reaching up to the 33. Quite a defensive battle, Brock, that we have got so far as we've reached our 2-minute warning. More from Lucas Oil Stadium after this.
Pass to 60. Ready.
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. Has some daylight through the 40. And he's going to take this down to the opposing 44. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Warriors 70.
Back now, pressure coming. Completed to his running back. And they're going to get just inside that red zone on the big play down to the 19. Goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
That's just so good. I mean, that is teaching tape right there. It's what you want your guys to do. To not just catch it and fall down, but have a plan. Yes, you got to catch it first, but then have a plan to go attack. Be aggressive. Get those yards off the catch. That is a job well done.
He will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with 1st and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
more yards. And the Colts.
Ready. 19 tight. 19 Cardinal.
And goal to go.
Taylor. Second quarterback on here. And he won't get in. The daylight was there for just a second. They closed just in time to keep him out. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now we get a timeout from the Colts. That's their 1st. Setting up 2nd and goal. They go to him again. And this time he will score. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts get their 1st points of this game just before halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And the Colts tie this game 7-7. We've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Only 17 seconds left for him as they begin this drive. First down throw for Jackson. Completed over the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
First down, Ravens.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is Cox. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens take the lead just before halftime. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't Didn't care who knew about it, Bronk, and it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop him either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Here's Luke for the point after.
For the extra point.
Right down the middle, it's good. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
35-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down.
Let's go. Viking, hey.
Quick throw, right side, complete to start this drive. And that is a crunching hit that ends our opening half. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. There's a dive up the middle. And they're able to grind him to a halt after a pickup of 4.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. That's exactly what they were after offensively, getting this drive moving.
They'll come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6. Jackson, quick pass wide. And this one doesn't go far.
To number 88. A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Third and just 2 to go. There he is on 3rd and short. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Ravens getting ready for the punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Indianapolis bringing the offense to the line. Here's 1st and 10.
Get it. Check. Cowboy 80. Ready.
They'll start on the ground. Taylor. And they try to paddle right forward, but only a couple of yards there.
This offense has now left some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts with a very minimal gain.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Gravity Lions. 18 Rattler. Go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. Finds him on the crossing route. Still going inside the 35. And he takes this one in. Touchdown, Indianapolis. The Colts start the second half with some needed points. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Colts tie things up at 14. Tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball to the 35 to begin this drive. Great spot to start a drive in here. Ravens set it up 1st and 10. Hand off to the back. And he'll be stopped after just about a yard. 2nd and 9 coming up.
That's a pretty good stop on 1st down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate. And that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms, not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Play action. Here's Jackson. Buying some time right. Rolling and takes a deep shot down the middle.
This defense, they had a plan. And they've done an excellent job executing it. Instead of a main character, they've reduced this receiver to a footnote. Kudos to the job collectively on defense.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long for him here. Cut out left. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
Colts file out into formation. Here comes 1st and 10.
Here we go.
On the counter, it's Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
And no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play. Whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8.
Deputy! Cougar 19!
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the 1st down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
19 tight. 19.
Here he goes. 3rd and long. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. That one intended for Adonai Mitchell. So that brings up 4th and long. The Colts are ready for the punt. And he's going to have to hit this one from the edge of his own end zone. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. They'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Play fake, Jackson. Throwing the out route, complete. He's going to get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's going to be a Baltimore 1st. So fresh set of downs now from the 39. On 1st down, they'll run. And working a couple yards past the line. It's Baron Browning who makes the stop.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. It's a pickup of 3.
yarn pickup. It's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Here's Jackson. Connects on the crosser. And he's going to be stopped, but not before he gets it down to the 14. We're still tied through 3 here. Neither defense has given an inch in this one. It's still a tie ball game, 14 points apiece as we get ready for the 4th. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10. Now again, running right. And the stop is made after 4 yards. It's 2nd down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to...
And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another. And the fortunate you are able to actually deliver on it.
All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Street, 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Throwing from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
One play in, Brock, and this drive is already in enemy territory. From the gun, Taylor. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just sometimes you got to run into darkness. Just go where there is no lane and hope that something opens along the way. That linebacker said, not this time.
Let's go. 19 Lion.
2nd and 10. Here's a pass. Finds him over the middle. And they make the stop on his hip at the 37-yard line.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
It's a nickel set for the Ravens. 3rd down.
Here we go. Cowboy 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Looking to throw. That's going to be caught by his back. Taylor. And this is going to go in the wrong direction. He loses just about the amount of yards they needed to get there. It's going to be 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one. Just not the 3rd down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the 1st, and apparently little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
And they're facing a long field ahead of them as that kick skips out near the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
Baltimore offense to the line now. 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means. There's room for more, and they know it.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Lamar off the play fake. He rolls to his right. Caught down down the field, Golden. And he's got a bunch here up past the 25 before somebody gets to him. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I just don't know how you play defense, Kate, and some of the guys in the league today. How can you balance defending somebody who can run for it or throw it right over your head? These dual threat QBs, they're a nightmare.
Has some daylight through the 40. There he goes again. Hits the 20. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the fourth.
Okay, we hear week after week how hard it is to run the football at the NFL level, and it is. But this guy today, he's making it look easy, and they rarely do that from the running back position.
An extra point is up and through by Luke. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. All set up. Here's Luke to kick it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Ready? Hawk 70, Hawk 70. 79 Broncos.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Gets him on the in route. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. Offense to the line fast.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. Kyle Hamilton with the pick.
They'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out and throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. We're down to the 2-minute warning here in Indy. Ravens getting closer to their 10th win of the season. Second down now, 7 to go. Back to the well again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Defense was clearly focused on taking away the pass in that RPO scheme offensively. It's so good when you get the job done and you get a chunk run on RPO. That's setting you up for some success.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They give it to him again. Well, even a great game is going to have its lesser moments. You can't get anything out of that carry. Stop for no gain.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Well, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass it here. Throw left side, complete. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Jackson now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's going to be a Baltimore first. All set to go now from the 35. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. He scampers ahead for about 4. It's 2nd down now.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
So the Ravens will fly home with the win. And this is a game that proves every Pee Wee and Pop Warner and high school coach across the country correct, Brock. Teams who make fewer mistakes and turnovers gonna win a lot of football games. They kept the football, they forced a couple of turnovers, and that was a big part of the difference in this one. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Indy.